A Brexit deal is most likely to be struck when the EU gives in to UK pressure at the 11th hour, a Tory minister has claimed. Alistair Jack, Secretary of State for Scotland, stressed the EU had a reputation for agreeing to deals at the last minute but remained hopeful a deal could be secured before the December 31 deadline. Speaking at the Scottish Land and Estates Conference, Mr. Jack told Express.co.uk, "We have to stick to and address the point of the timeframe. It's only by sticking to the deadline that we've put in statute of the 31st of December that we will get a deal. If you keep kicking that date down the road, then there's no imperative for everyone to come together and do a deal. If you look at the history of deals down with the EU, they tend to be done at the 59th minute of the 11th hour. We have to hold firm to our date in the hope that we get a deal." It comes as Michel Barnier, the European Union's chief negotiator, agreed to ring-fence police and judicial cooperation from potential sanctions in the situation of any future trade rows with Britain. Mr. Barnier is locked in 5 days of talks with UK counterpart Lord Frost in London ahead of a mid-November deadline set by Number 10 to reach an agreement. However, Mr. Barnier made clear there were 3 keys to unlocking a deal: respectful enforcement mechanisms, guarantees of fair competition, and stable access to markets including fishing, which are the hurdles to achieving a deal. Fishing contributed just 0.03% of British economic output in 2019, but many Brexit supporters see it as a symbol of the regained sovereignty they say leaving the EU brings. Combined with fish and shellfish processing, the sector makes up 0.1% of Britain's GDP. Mr. Jack, however, made clear the UK was prepared to walk away if no deal was achieved, stressing, "If we don't get a deal, we will be in the position of Australia. We will proceed on that basis." The Prime Minister has stated it many times. He said, "We must not let coronavirus deflect from maximizing the real opportunity which lay ahead of us outside the EU." The UK wants to have a relationship with the EU that is based on friendly cooperation as sovereign equals and is centered on free trade. At the end of the year, the process of transition to that relationship will be completed and we will have recovered our economic and political independence. We will control our money, laws, waters and trade.
My own view is I believe it's still possible that we will reach a deal that has a free trade agreement at its core.
I think it will be very similar to those the EU has agreed with close partners around the world.